What's going on, Eagles Nation? Stephen Hellmann here alongside Tom Aresco for the Weekly Chirp. Happy Wednesday.
Oh,
the Eagles
yeah.
tweeted out every single Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, it's Happy Wednesday, and it's pretty appropriate because I wrote a really nice article on Carson Wentz, and you just have to love everything he brought to the Eagles last year, and you'll read a little bit about that in the article.
Yeah, educational too for social media actually. You think about it. No way, how you worded it.
Some of the social media stuff I have in there about some of the things that the way people are using are choosing to use GIFs in their film analysis, and they're obviously putting Carson Wentz bad plays out there, and they're saying he isn't that good a quarterback or isn't accurate or whatever the case may be, but for as many good bad plays there were good plays, and some of the stuff that didn't really show up on the stat sheet he brought to the Eagles that they really needed, and the bottom line is he's going to be built around. And first up, out of free agency, this guy has a guarantee for you.
I've been saying it. If you guys have been watching the video, Alshon Jeffrey, we're getting him. We are getting him.
100%.
100%. We need a wide receiver more than any team in the NFL. We're clearing cap space to do that. We haven't cut that many people yet because I guess there's probably some trade value for these guys.
And that's another thing.
These guys are going to be cut. If it's March 5th, how he's just going to chop them. He can't, make room for Alshon. We need wide receivers so badly, and I don't think it is far-fetched to think they're going to get Alshon Jeffrey. They might even do Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson. They might.
Do you think that it's a coincidence that they hired Mike Groh, Alshon Jeffrey's former wide receivers coach?
Not a coincidence.
You do not think it's a coincidence?
Nope.
There were other candidates, if you guys remember, such as Lau from Buffalo, and such as obviously it's gonna I don't remember, the Jacksonville guy. The guy from Jacksonville was another candidate.
Yeah.
He developed Allen Hurns and Allen Robinson, and they're two phenomenal receivers. So. Those were the guys on the table, and they went with Mike Groh. And you do not think that's a coincidence?
No, I don't, because I think they are going all in for Alshon.
I think that'd be a great thing to see.
I mean, think about it. What else would they do? They sign a big corner in free agency. That never works for us.
Not, yeah.
So they're going to shy away from him. Not that I don't think you shouldn't just sign a corner because it hasn't worked in the past. That's dumb. That'd be like saying I don't, I'm not going to ask that girl out because the girl last night and the night before turned me down. You wouldn't do that. But what I'm saying, not that would happen, but I'm just saying that you shouldn't let the fear of failure keep you from doing that. But I think they're going to in this case, and you just need a playmaker so badly. And a guy like Alshon Jeffrey, I know people are saying there's so much money. A guy like this hits free agency once every. Last time a free agent like this hit the market was T.O. because he talked his way out of it. That was the last time there's been a receiver of this caliber, or when Randy Moss talked his way out of it too. This never happens. So you have to go get him. You just have to.
Yeah, there's not been many, top flight receivers on the market.
He's 27. It's not like he's there's still a lot of tread on those tires.
Yeah,
people are saying he's old. Are you kidding me? 27?
Yeah, he's
that's hitting your prime in the NFL.
He's about to hit his prime, and he's going to give a team probably a nice 3 years as long as it fits him and fits his style of play. Now, I would like to ask you this question. You're on a roll right now, so I'm going to play a little bit of host now.
Yeah.
I'm a big media. Also, the reason I'm asking you is because I'm a big media head. I love believing and buying into all the things that I want to be true. I think a lot of people are guilty of that. But there was, a lot. There's just, it's not really reports, but there's, this website called Twitter, and a lot of the the really, really, highly credentialed media, NFL media guys with the blue check marks and all, verified accounts, are tweeting that they believe that the Eagles are going to be very active in free agency. Or they not only do they believe it, but they expect that the Eagles will be very active in free agency when it opens. And
the Eagles.
Do you think that they're just saying that because it's kind of anyone would know that, or do you think that they actually know something a little more that would lead them to believe that, or do you think it's just speculation, almost kind of guaranteeing because they pretty much just figure, look, this is a team that likes to be active around this time of year, as we've seen. So they'll just say it so that when it happens, they can look like geniuses. Do you think it's more of that, or do you think it actually is true?
I think it's the latter, because the Eagles are always in the headlines for free agency. They always are. You know, whether it's last year trading up for Wentz, year before that trading for Sam Bradford, you know, year before that cutting
D-Jax.
That was cutting D-Jax.
Yeah.
The
trade for Brad. Yeah, the trade for Bradford was the year they traded for Shady.
Yeah.
2015. Traded away Shady for Kiko Alonso. They traded for Sam Bradford. They've signed Byron Maxwell.
Yeah.
So you saw a lot, and then they drafted Aguilar in the first round. So you saw a lot of action there. And then when the regime flipped, Howie Roseman's also an aggressive manager.
Yeah.
And he went and he did a bunch of things to reverse all that. And now they're trying to add to that. So do you think, you know, that Howie Roseman and this management's team?
I think it's this. It's so. If Howie Roseman wants to keep his job, it's so obvious that they need wide receivers. So if I'm Howie Roseman, I go to Jeffrey Lurie and say, listen, we need a playmaker so badly. Alshon Jeffrey's there. One of these guys comes once, whatever. I got to get him. Mm-hmm. We got to get him. Because if he doesn't get him and we suck at wide receiver next year,
it's on him.
Yeah, it's on him to not go out and do it. And the guy, when you need a guy, it's the perfect situation, because we need someone so badly. We have no money invested in wideout. It just makes sense.
And we have just enough money to get like that kind of contract.
Yeah, and you know, could we sign other players? Yeah, but I don't think we need that many. We're not going to fix our needs in one offseason.
No, we're not.
I mean, you've been talking about this. Maybe you just, you know what, you neglect corner another year, because I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to fix. You know, you got to overhaul this offensive line. You need wide receivers so badly, and you need a running back. And you need corners. You can't get all those in one shot. And I think we can all agree that getting Wentz and weapons is good.
Not only weapons,
you know,
they weren't that bad. An offensive line that can stay on the field for 16 games together.
If we're scoring points,
then
the defense is going to look better too.
Yeah, look, the cornerbacks might not be that good. They might go another year without, you know, having a top corner. Maybe get a third-round pick and have him and Jalen Mills start, fourth-round pick maybe. But you have to use your early picks on offensive line and on skill position.
Yeah.
Because if you sign Alshon Jeffrey, you can add a running back and you can add an offensive lineman in your offense. If you can stay on the field with a left tackle and Jason Peters, a guard in the second or third in the second round, I'm sorry, or even first, but most likely the second round for a guard. You got Sayamalu in there at center, because you get rid of Jason Kelsey. If he's going to be your guy, then you have Brandon Brooks and you have Lane Johnson. If that's your line, even with Kelsey in there, just say Kelsey does go in there and say Amalo starts at guard maybe.
Yeah.
You know, even with that, if they can stay on the field for 16 games, you add a first-round talent like Dalvin Cook or Leonard Fournette in the backfield, and then you sign an Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I mean, who really cares? Then go one. You'll get a great year out of your you'll get a building year out of your offense. They'll start feeling each other out and they'll have a good year. It'll be better than last year, but it won't be the greatest year. Then that second year with that same offense coming back, you replace Jason Peters. But then you get corners, and your offense is going to be even better, because Wentz has another full offseason with Alshon Jeffrey, or whoever we get, you know, whoever the team, you know, decides to pursue. But hopefully it's Alshon in this situation, and Dalvin Cook or Leonard Fournette. This offensive line, you know, the young guys are starting to, you know, come into their own as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, that's when you start to address cornerback. Then you have Jalen Mills going into his third year. You have, you know, your other guy that you drafted most likely this year, later round, going into his second year.
Yeah.
You might be able to, you know, add another solid veteran to mix in, and then get another cornerback in the second or first round or something like that. So there's time to fix a lot of these needs. I think it's going to be a 2-year process, but it's just what's the most important thing right now, and that's the weapons for Wentz and the offensive line.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's kind of just how it is. That's just the way it is, guys. So thank you for joining us. We'll have Bird Buzz for you coming out on Friday, and yeah, guys, have a good rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you guys on Friday.